Hello, y'all. So we have a few days left in May, literally just a few. So I have decided to get our May garden tour slash walkthrough done. So yes, I am back here at the start of the first main row, and here we have the tomato bed. Tomatoes are starting to fill out very good. We have lots of flowers, but I don't think we have any tomatoes yet, but lots and lots of flowers. I've been having to go under here to all of the lower leaves and do lots of pest control because those little mealybugs have been trying to eat away at the bottom leaves. And of course, an easy way to get rid of that problem altogether would be to trim all the bottom leaves of the tomato plants. But I don't prune anything that I grow. I put the seed in there, I nurture it as much as I can. But as far as pruning goes, that is just not my forte. So yeah, these on the other side are my heirlooms. So over here, those two are I want to say those are the San Manzaro Romas, and then that big one is a slicer, which is, I think, the ruby red. I think that's the name. And I grew those three from seeds. But these four on this side, I brought as starter plants from a local plant sale. And I've just started to get worried about them because they started to get these curled leaves, which from Google saying that it can indicate some pests or indicate disease. So, and that honestly didn't happen until I had sprinkled diatomaceous earth around the base of the plant because I just wanted to try to get rid of the mealybugs as soon as possible around these. But maybe that wasn't a good idea. So, but yes. Other than that, they are growing up very well. And in order to try to keep the pest away from the leaves as well, I kind of just keep all that hay and straw and leaves and grass away from the base of the plant. Also scattered around the garden, I now have these pots of canna lily that I had pulled up from canna lily at the other end of this row. And I've decided to disperse it around the garden instead of just having them sit in one little area. But here is one of my compost piles, and the nasturtiums are looking so freaking beautiful. I am so ready to see these flower. Here is a nice big bunch of canna lily, and now we get into the wildflowers. We have a ton of yarrow and lots of coneflowers that are already spent because the coneflowers and the yarrow popped up like literally the first of spring. And yes, I'm gonna go back to the other side because you can't really see anything from this direction, but more yarrow and more grass that needs to be clipped down. So that's gonna be on my to-do list. But let me just make a quick U-turn and get back to where we were. So there's nothing in these terracotta pots back here, but I do plan to put herbs in here because until the first of spring, oh, there's an echinacea flower growing way down here. That's so crazy. Because I can access those terracottas before these flowers are in full bloom, and having herbs that like the shade would be a great use of these pots. There is also a basket in here on the other side that has an iris and was supposed to be some lavender, and I guess it is kind of coming up, so I'm surprised about that. And here are my herb containers. I got my big boy, my rosemary bush. He is so full and beautiful. I also have lemon balm up underneath there. And in this one, it is all spearmint. Just all spearmint has taken over this pot container, which is fine for me. So lots of spearmint, and honestly, I don't harvest my herbs, but probably about once a year. I'll end up clipping the spearmint kind of early because towards the heat of the high heats of the summer, it will go to flower. So I just try to clip it before then. But yes, I see another echinacea flower back here. And here is another basket of those irises that were gifted to me. These had bloomed this year and they were so gorgeous. That was honestly my first time seeing irises bloom. And yes, I'm weeding as I talk to y'all. So yes. Oh my goodness. Look at all the echinacea flowering. Y'all, this is probably what I'm most excited about, is the echinacea, because I will definitely be harvesting this echinacea this year, because I did not harvest any last year. But you can see all of its little flowers coming in. I'm so excited. Here we have a leaf-footed bug, which is not a friend, but he's just on flowers right now, so I am cool with that. But these are all cone flowers coming in, and we have yarrow all up in here. So much yarrow that I can't even. There are a ton of leaf-footed bugs in here, but so much yarrow. And those are the other echinacea flowers. I do have a basket of mint back here that I got planted in this basket right before these flowers went crazy. So you can kind of see it back there. But I'm trying not to step on stuff too much. There we go. My mint plant back there in that basket. And it is already looking so well. It looks so much better compared to when I first put it in the pot. It was tiny, but now it is foiling out already. Here we have the elephant ears, and the elephant ears are really in one spot back here in this circle. the circle here, but they have grown out in all the directions. So I kind of just let them do what they want. I love elephant ears and monsteras. Those are like my favorite plants. So to see them growing up very well, I love so much. There's a lot of grass in here from when the grass got cut. But yes, moving on. I may stop talking as much from here, but let me know if y'all like just a quick walkthrough, if you like me talking a little bit more about each thing. But here is the peanut, cucumber, and a marigold bed. Peanuts are looking great, which I am so excited about. Oh, I just lost a bug that I think was causing this damage. I knocked them off and I can't find them. But peanuts are looking so good. I started weeding here yesterday, but as you can see, there's so much grass growing in here. This entire bed has continuously had grass growing, so I've been trying to keep the grass out of it, but the grass grows faster than what my hands can move. And I had re-sown a couple of cucumber seeds because they did not germinate at the same time as those plants. So I re-sown some more, and I'm excited that they did germinate on both this side and the other side. So I love that. And here we have the marigolds. They are looking beautiful. I'm so ready to see them flower. I have pulled up grass in between that one and it filled out really well. This one is still looking pretty full even with the grass in it, so I'm not mad about that. And we have more on this side. Cucumbers, elephant ears that have grown right on the perimeter of this bed, and I kind of just let it be. Here are my strawberry containers. That one can stay on a little bit longer, but I have really 3 strawberry containers. They were all in tiered pots, but I didn't like how compacted the strawberries were growing, so I decided to pull them out of the pots. And in this first container, I have thyme, some unintentional potatoes from food scraps that I had direct composted in these containers, and yeah, thyme, and of course the strawberries. This one is not planted out yet because I am switching this plastic tote to another more sturdy container. I wanted another aluminum container like these, but I could not find one at all at Walmart where I initially brought them from. And this strawberry container has sage that is kind of taken over. And of course strawberries. I have a lot of runners in here that are looking great. So like this humongous strawberry leaf is from a runner compared to the size of the leaf from the mother plant. Like, look at that. Almost the same size of my hand, which is ridiculous. Both of those are runners that I rooted and clipped off from the mother plant. So yeah, that's insane. And these are some a little ladybug, and these are I keep saying coneflowers, but they are specifically black-eyed Susans. because coneflowers are a whole family, but these are specifically yellow black-eyed Susans. Here is the double beds. I still have the arugula growing and pretty much drying out now. Ooh, I just popped open one. Yeah, they are drying out now. So these seeds can really be clipped and harvested. So I guess I should start doing that. But I was saving this plant, keep letting it grow specifically for seeds. And it is getting dried out and crispy all throughout. There are still a few flowers like on that side of the plant, but for the most part, it looks pretty dry. So I guess I will be chopping this plant down in the next few days. And on this side, we have the peppers and squash. So in these holes here, I have a few squash seeds that I sowed. I'm not really seeing any pop up yet. I honestly may have covered them up too much, but we will see. I have successfully germinated and grown. I have successfully germinated and grown those seeds, but yeah, we'll see if they come up. But we do have peppers, y'all. This first one here is an Anaheim, and I did not grow any of these peppers from seed, but this first one is an Anaheim. We got flowers on him, so that means we will have fruit soon. This Tabasco has lots of fruit. Oh, so gorgeous. And these other 4 plants are sweet bell pepper plants, which, okay, the reason why I decided to try growing hot peppers this year is because I've tried growing bell peppers so many times and have had no success. And just looking at these bell peppers look so good, and looking at the hot peppers look so good, and the bell peppers look real straggly and crazy still. It's kind of telling me that maybe bell peppers aren't for my backyard. So, but time will tell. I will be leaving those in the ground until they completely die, and when and if they completely die, or when and if they completely flourish, that will tell me what I need to know. More canna lily. There was also pokeweed completely taking over the spot already. Like, the pokeweed had already gotten at least 7 feet, so I just cut it down. And it may or may not grow back for the season. I'm pretty sure it will. This was an experiment I was doing with having this, I can't think of the name off the top of my head. Oh, look at the little bee. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but it got pulled from one of the flower beds. And I was like, let's just see if it'll grow in a box. And it has. It's been in this box probably for a month, and it still looks great. Don't mind my compost piles. They had ants in them, which I sprinkled a bunch of diatomaceous earth, but it did also rain again last night, so not sure how effective it got to be. So yes, middle row, getting into the middle row. This is the middle row, which is my orchard and container garden. Hey Munch. Say hey to Munchkin, y'all. But in here, I have some hollyhocks that I started from seed that were gifted to me. And I had to sow them in trays first because when I sowed them directly into a pot or into the ground, they did not come up or germinate. In these bags here, we have potatoes. This is a nice little pot of canna lily. More potatoes, more potatoes. This is a red delicious apple tree. Cats in my garden, y'all. Get your butt. All in my corn. Okay, where was I? Potatoes, more canna in a bag. I love using the soil bags for specific, like when you buy usually like a really expensive organic soil. This is what is the name of that soil? Let me tell y'all. Oh, there's ants on the bag. Of course there are ants here. I just love them so much. I don't know. Oh, Whitney Farms. These bags are so sturdy. So I love growing stuff in them. Canna lily. Potato plants getting eaten up by mealybugs, which was a thing that happened last year. So I will be harvesting this bag of potatoes very soon, because if they don't have greens, they're not gonna grow. Yeah, this one is also starting to die back as well. Marigolds that have reseeded itself and grown back so many times since I got the plants from Lowe's. This is a dwarf red delicious apple tree. Another pot of hollyhocks. The plants, the seedlings are looking very yellow, so that does concern me. So yeah, we will see if we get hollyhocks. That basket does not really have anything in it. It's supposed to have had potatoes in it, but the dog dug it up, so nothing in there. But we have more potatoes here, more marigolds down there that have continuously reseeded itself. Beautiful. Looks beautiful. And more potatoes. More potatoes. The grass was cut yesterday, so I'm like slowly getting grass off of all the leaves of things, because I don't really think it's healthy to keep the grass up there. I feel like it'll just start to break down leaves, and then we have more mealybugs trying to eat the leaves because of decaying material. But okay, the final row of the garden, the back row. This bed was supposed to be my watermelon bed, but the reason I will eat watermelon, but I'm not a crazy watermelon eater, but I do juice it for markets. So, hold on, there's like something flying in my face and it won't go. So the goal was to grow my own watermelon so that I didn't have to buy any and have my own watermelon to juice. But as y'all can see, ain't no watermelon even growing yet. No seeds are in the bed, and it is almost June. So I think I've decided that we are not going to be growing watermelon this year, because my main intention on growing watermelon was to have some to juice for markets. And it's already June, and it will take until August, September for watermelon to be ready to harvest. And I end my market season, my farmer's market season, in September before I go on a birthday hiatus. So yeah, we may just not be growing watermelon. And I think it's okay for this bed. This bed has a lot of sticks and stuff from when I first built it out. So I think I'm cool with still letting it break down some more. So I have a ton of compost or food scraps. So I actually might chaos compost again in here, because I did it a couple times in this bed already, but I may do it again to help things keep breaking down some more and promoting, decomposers to come in and break down this bed. But anywho, seems like a lot of weeds, but we do have a blueberry bush in here, and he's been doing great. He has tried to put on so many fruit now that I have just plucked off because he's still so tiny, and I just want him to get bushier. So I've been plucking the fruit off and letting him go back to focus on growing. Okay, here y'all. First of all, we have coneflowers way over here. I've never had any seeds outside of the first main row that I showed y'all. I've never sown any other seeds, but here we have coneflowers growing way over here. But we have corn, y'all. So much sweet corn specifically. I want to say one of them is the peaches and cream, maybe. But unfortunately, I did sow 2 hybrids. Not any heirloom corn this year. But I'm just so happy to have successfully had these corn germinate, and I can't wait for it to successfully grow into stalks and ears. But I will be sowing this bed as the Three Sisters growing method. So my corn has been sown for about 2 or 3 weeks. So in the next couple days this weekend, I will be planting pinto beans, and then in another 2 weeks after the pinto beans have started to germinate and sprawl a little bit, I'll be sowing spaghetti squash as my squash. And yeah, they'll be a nice little family. But I'm so happy about having corn. So this was supposed to be a wildflower patch, but it is now clover, specifically red clover. We already have tons of white clover, as you can see, tons of white clover that grows, anyway. This is habitat, but I got some red clover seeds from some people that I had met, and they gifted me some red clover seeds so that I can have red clover to harvest and dry out for teas and just for medicinal use. So I'm very excited to have red clover. I also sprinkled a little bit of lavender in here. But I don't really know if the lavender did anything, to be honest. I have not had much luck with lavender. That's one of my other plants that I have not grown successfully at all, no matter how I try it, is lavender. So yeah, I'm trying to decide what this patch will keep being, because I'm actually happy that I got the clover instead of sowing wildflowers like I intended on, just because I know how chaotic compared to what y'all saw in the start of this video with my yarrow and coreopsis. I don't feel like I called coreopsis earlier. I may have called it coneflowers. Anywho, the wildflowers get wild, so I don't think I really want that for this area. So, but having lavender here, or just like a really short growing flowering medicinals, would be really great. But for now, for this year, it is red clover. And here is the onion patch. I'm just like slowly looking to see if any onions are toppling, or onions and garlic are in here. If any are toppling over, indicating that they're ready to be harvested. But I don't really see that happening in any of them yet. They all still look really sturdy. And there are some big, I don't know if those are onions or garlic. I think they're onions. But these are some big boys. Like, look at that one. And I'm gonna show it compared to my fingers when we go to the other side. But wow. Wow. Well, I don't even think I can really get to the other side because it's like in this middle row. But yeah, that onion is humongous. So let's hope that all the bulbs are humongous too. With my garlic, I dehydrated it, and luckily we have an herb grinder that we just purchased from the store that was for garlic. So I've just been putting my garlic that I dehydrated from last year into that little grinder bottle, because I didn't want to put it in my Ninja, which is what I use to make my smoothies and stuff, and have it taste like garlic, because homegrown garlic is like even so much stronger, like 10 times compared to what you get it in the grocery store. So that smell lingered on my hands for at least a week when I harvested garlic last year. And with my onions, I also would probably make onion powder too. I'll probably leave really big onion bulbs for, just for cutting and cooking, like cutting up fresh and cooking. And the tops I want to make powder out of, because I've seen a lot of folks do that. And the really small bulbs, cut up, dehydrate, and make powder as well. So yes, I have a couple more pots of canna lily dispersed in this area. And here we get into what looks very chaotic, but it is the grapevines and sunflowers. And we have sunflowers also growing over here and outside of this area. Oh, and we also have beans too, that I sowed specifically at the base of the grapevines to support the grapevines. Pinto beans specifically. And you can kind of see them better at this angle. But we have so many freaking grape clusters. And just for reference, y'all, I have 2 grape vines. And these are, they're not a muscadine variety. They're just like a traditional variety. These are Catawba grapevines. And look at, y'all, I could honestly just cry. Look at that grape cluster. Ridiculous. And I'm so excited to have grapes. Like, I could literally just like honestly cry and shout. I'm so excited for grapes. But look at this viewpoint that I'm at. We got wild onion seeding. We have a sunflower. We got grape clusters. We got pinto beans. Ugh. I just love the chaos of creating forests within your garden. Even if you don't have an entire food forest, but having these multiple habitats and plants and stuff just all connecting as one. So freaking gorgeous. So yes, I've been trying to train the grapevines as they have been growing to, work in a trellis way and not just grow out to where they're not trellised. But sometimes it takes a little longer for the vines to grow out to where I feel comfortable enough to bend them. But I may be able to get this one in somewhere right now. But maybe not. I will have to add another bamboo stake because I don't want to loop on other vines that aren't really even trellis either. So yeah, and I have just been using bamboo stakes that are actually torches. Ooh, there was a huge mosquito. And I actually should have took these out. The things out. I did it on the larger ones that I had just been putting in here. I don't know why I didn't do it on the small ones. But yes, I've just been using bamboo stakes from the like torch thingies because we had them in the garden, in the barn. So I like to use what we have. And then I've just been using twine to trellis from each bamboo stake. Okay. These sunflowers, y'all, have been growing very well for me to not have intentionally seeded not a single one of these seeds. I did not plant any sunflower seeds this year. These plants are all from drop seeds that dropped on the ground from sunflowers that were in this bed last year. And they are almost blooming. Almost blooming. Now, as you can see, there are like 2 in here that are looking crazy and sad because they had a ton of, stink bugs on them that I think was kind of just sucking the life out of it. I don't see any on them right now, surprisingly. They look a lot better. This one looks a lot better than what it did just yesterday, to be honest. Or maybe it needed some water too. I don't know. I can't say that because it has rained the last 2 days, but yeah, sunflowers are looking beautiful. Glad that I did not have to do any work with them, and we just have some flowers. There's some more over here. And then that is it. So what the plan is for this sunflower row is to, first of all, get rid of all the sprawling wild geranium and completely compress it. So basically I'm going to be starting over the sunflower patch at the end of the summer, because I want to, hold on y'all, it's a cat in my stuff. I'm about to get him. It's not animal cruelty, just stay out of my stuff. Okay, so what the plan is for me to just completely like recompress all of the weeds with cardboard and mulch after the end of the summer, and actually build out the sunflower bed to pretty much here, or maybe about here, so that lines up with the other bed right there. And that will be my sunflower bed. And then I'll leave a little space and then have a cut flower garden bed for next year, because I really want to start doing more with cut flowers and having that as a potential offering, depending on, you know, how it grows, y'all, and how I feel. I would like to offer cut flowers next year at farmers markets. So I will have a pretty long cut flower bed. I did just buy a bunch of zinnia seeds at Tractor Supply yesterday. So that is a good start for me. There's nothing in the mini greenhouse right now. I'm trying to think if I'm going to be moving it to a different spot or probably just breaking it down altogether. And honestly, I'll probably just be breaking it down altogether and putting it up until the end of the summer, and then finding a home for it at the end of the summer, because depending on how well these peppers grow, I may try to overwinter the peppers, because I've also seen that successfully happen for some people. So I may be trying to overwinter the peppers. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the main garden, y'all, as I'm gonna show y'all, because this video has been long enough. But yes, this is May. We are literally almost in June, which is ridiculous. The summer literally is not here yet, which, I didn't even see this. That is the famous slime mold. I didn't really mean to touch it. I thought it was going to be easy to just come off. That is the famous slime mold, y'all. Nasty. But that's it, y'all. I have been really happy with the garden this year due to my efforts of really, I'm not going to say really nurturing because I do that anyway, but I will say really tending and upkeeping. Like, I've been, I'm not going to say weeding, but I've been pulling up grass in areas that have been hindering things to grow, and really focusing a lot on pest management. So really just not feeling overwhelmed with sowing seeds and only focusing on getting things in the ground, but really taking an eye and looking at how they have been doing. Ooh, hold on, y'all, I just seen this. These are bachelor buttons coming up. It's so tiny. Why is it so tiny? But those are bachelor's buttons. And earlier, I think I mistakenly called these yellow flowers cone flowers. They are not. These are coreopsis. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay. That's all. That's all I'm gonna get into with y'all today, so I don't hold y'all too long. But yeah, happy gardening. Some of y'all have been harvesting stuff, which I'm like really jealous of because I've only been harvesting a few strawberries. But yeah, just happy gardening, happy earth tending, happy stewarding, and have a happy rest of May. And I'll see y'all in June. Peace, y'all.